Hello racing fans and a warm welcome to Trackside, proudly brought to you by World Sports Betting. Bet with the best, bet with WSB. Well, I trust you, the valued racing fan, is well, having a fair week and looking forward to what is a bumper weekend when it comes to local racing. It's a doubleheader on Saturday, and it is Hollywood Bets Durbanville, Turfentine, and then on Sunday it is Hollywood Bets Greyville. So lots to look forward to, plenty of action at the different centres. And whilst all this is happening, the usual on World Sports Betting, everything around the globe that you can punt on when it comes to horses, sport, the lucky numbers, and of course it is the casino that you can play as well, with a whole host of games on offer. This weekend, as always, we've picked out 4 horses. I had a look at those 3 cards and I really like the look of the card at Durbanville on Saturday. So what I've done is that I've picked out 4 horses at Durbanville on Saturday, and away we go with those 4 horses. 2 trebles will be up on the World Sports Betting menu. Our day will begin early. It will be in race number 2, which is over 1,250 meters, a maiden plate for fillies and mares. And in this race, I've singled out horse number 10, Pink Moon, daughter of See the Moon, trained by Brett Crawford, who will be partnered by Lune Courtois. And first up, she was 14-1 in the betting. She drifted out in the betting market, so nothing much was expected from her. I think that the stable were just expecting a good introduction to a career, and wow, it was a promising introduction. It was over the minimum trip of 1,000 meters, and she was towards the back of the field at the 400-meter mark. She was the fastest finisher in 22.1 seconds. And she ran on nicely to run third. That was a good introduction. Now she goes the extra 250 meters, which I have no doubt is going to suit her ideally. Just looking at the pedigree, she is a half-sister to Adderbury Lake, who's won twice over 1,400 meters. And I think this distance is going to suit her much better. With natural improvement from one run to the next, the fact that she's going to enjoy the extra distance, she showed it well over 1,000 meters first up. I think whatever beats her wins. Race number 2, horse number 10, Pink Moon. Then it's quick and fast. We're on to race number 3, over 1,400 meters, another maiden plate. And in this race, well, number 3, Ford Ray, is going to be a very popular choice for many as one to follow with those all-to-comes. He is a son of Fireway, and of course we know the dam Halfway to Heaven. She needs no introduction. She's produced the likes of Rainbow Bridge and Awam and Ford Ray. That was a very good first up run. Also unfancied. If the betting was to be a guide, there wasn't much that was expected from this well-bred son of Fireway, but he ran a promising race over a distance that's patently too short for him. 1,250 meters. He was beaten second, just over a length behind Coastal Command. And again, that 400 to finish will grab your attention, will catch your eye. 22.2 seconds is where he finished that in. Now he goes 1,400 meters, and you think the further, the better. Nicely drawn at 3. And this is for Candace Bass Robinson. Of course, Craig Zaki, he is engaged for Kaya Stables. He would have had a great feel of this individual first time out, and I'm sure he would be riding with confidence once he gets into the ring here over this 1,400 meter trip. Confident choice, race 3, horse number 3, Ford Ray. Then on to the 6th race we go, and in the 6th race over 1,600 meters, this race, there is some form to work around amongst a few of the runners. But the horse that's starting to capture the imagination, grab your attention to one that we're going to follow wherever his stable's going to place him, especially in the classic races for the 3-year-olds, is this horse called Green with Envy, horse number 2. Well, first time out, he had no right to win at Greyville. We remember that race clearly. The money poured on Master Josh from the Allison Wright stable. This horse was quietly fancied in the betting, and I say he had no right to win because if you look at the position that he was at the 400-meter mark at the shorter running at Greyville, he had a ton of work to do. He had Everest to climb, and he got up on the line to win a very good race. and what a start to his career. And then he was given a break from June to September, and first up at Durbanville, which is a tight track, a track that has a short run-in over 1,400 meters. He was allowed to drift off from 7-1 up to opening up at around 7-2, 3-1 in the betting. And again, he was dropped out from draw 8 out of 14. He was left towards the back of the field. And again, if you pause the replay at around the 300-meter mark, you would never guess that he was going to be the winner of that race. He had lots of work to do, but when he found his feet, his turn of foot seems to be his asset when it comes to the way he races. He'll give you no confidence in the early part of the race as he did last time out, but once those jets get switched on, he's got a tremendous turn of foot, this horse, and he showed it last time out. The final 100 meters, he was actually winning going away, and the further they went, the further he was going to win by. He's still learning his trade. He's a horse that's just improving, progressing, maturing as he gets to know the game. He's nicely drawn at 2 this time round, and over the 1,600-meter trip, which is going to suit him much, much better. I just feel that Craig Zaki would have learned a lot from his run last time out. His run at Hollywood Bets Durbanville, first up, he was drawn 8 out of 14, so I don't know if it was by design just to drop him off, but with him being drawn 2, I suspect that they will try and bounce him out and have him, possibly favorably positioned, because there's just 10 runners in the field, so you don't want to lose that position. But then again, you don't want to change a horse's running style, whether it's just his style to be switched off in the early part and run at them as they turn into the straight. We'll have to see if that plan changes on Saturday, because he is nicely drawn at 2. I think he's going to make it 3 from 3 on what he's shown in his first 2 starts, especially his first run in Cape Town last time out. I think there's plenty more to come from him. He could be a serious threat if he wins this and wins as well in the classic races to come for the Kanemayer stable. Number 2, Green with Envy. Then our last of our 4 runners comes up in race number 8. And having had a good look at this field, here again, there is some form to work around. But this filly, Winter Cloud, she showed herself as a young horse, as a 2-year-old filly, winning the Group through nursery down in Cape Town, coming to KZN, winning the Group 3 Stolizia Stakes, and winning both those races in fine style. When she went into the Alan Robertson, the Group 1 at Scottsville in Pietermaritzburg, she was punted to start favourite that day when she came up against a star filly, a champion filly in Mrs. Geriatric St. Vincent Terry. Mrs. Geriatric went on after that win of the Alan Robertson to go on to win the Group 2, the Golden Slipper on Hollywood Bets Durban July Day. And since then, she's already made her presence felt as a 3-year-old, winning just the other day at Turfentine and winning a gutsy race. So, Winter Cloud, what was different in that Alan Robertson is that she seemed to be outpaced for most of the way, and for some reason, she didn't, jump with the field and find that early pace that we used to seeing her. She was left towards the back of the field, and she ran on best of the rest. She was running on smartly behind Mrs. Geriatrics, but it was not to be, and she had to settle for second. She is very highly thought of by the stable. She's well related. She's got a pedigree. She's a full sister to Clouds Unfold, and the further, the better for her. So 1,250 meters for her. Been off since the 3rd of June, which is a long time. We'll call it 4.5 months. But if she's anywhere near ready, I think 80% ready, 80, 90% ready, or whatever beats her will win. But she is starting off her engine for the season, number 5, Winter Cloud. But I suspect that class could prevail in race number 8. And that is it, guys. That's our 4 horses to follow. We are racing at Durbanville when it comes to those trackside trebles. That's a race meeting that we've aimed our selections at, and hopefully everything turns out and falls into place. As always, on behalf of World Sports Betting, thanks to all the punters, but more importantly and more especially, thanks to you, the valued customer. You take care, have a blast, have a wonderful weekend wherever you play on World Sports Betting, and until next week, you take care. Salanigash.